So, um, how do you hope that listeners would interpret vertical? You know, who is this directed toward? What message do you want them to take away from it?
It's directed. First of all, directed to the sinners. You
Hmm.
know, because everybody
Let's go.
sins.
That's me.
Yeah, it's
Woo!
directed to that. You know what I mean? It's directed. Um, it's it's directed to people who feel stuck. You
Mm.
know what I mean,
Oh, that's a word right there.
bro? That's it. That it's directed to those people who feel like in the very circumstances right now they have no way out.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
um, that's vertical. Like when your back is against the wall, you look up to every horizontal circumstances, whether it's politics, whether it's people, whether it's your pastor, whether
Hmm.
any other idol.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
you know, I hope that people receive that in the midst of these messages. You keep looking up to God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, how do you ensure that the theme of trusting God beyond your understanding was portrayed in the album? Like His ways aren't
It
our
was like
ways,
you
and
say.
yeah.
It was just following my convictions. You know what I mean? And truthfully, like saying, God, like
Hmm.
this is not done. Um, and we're going to allow me to keep pursuing this with
Hmm.
conviction.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With understand. Don't let me
Yeah.
lead people astray.
Yeah.
That was the whole goal of the
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is. I mean, we're through kind of all the questions,
Right.
like the on paper questions.
Hmm.
So I'm curious, just as an artist, like what are some production elements or like things that you did creatively, like symbolism that you may have used? Like, what are some of those things that you were excited about incorporating into your album?
Um. So in terms of the production, that's all Torino. So
Okay.
I didn't touch any single beat.
Yeah.
That was all him.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for because
Hmm.
it allowed me to take that hat off and specifically focus on writing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But in terms of the writing, I'm usually big with titles. You know, I like
You are, man, bro. You are big on
yeah.
titles. Like you have some of the most creative things that if you see it, that little like morsel,
Hmm.
it's a whole meal as far as lyrics. Like,
Yeah. So that's all
yeah,
intentional.
it's really
Hmm.
imaginative. I love it. What you were talking about the Starbucks pink drink,
Yeah.
but that's in the future. We don't want to. We don't
Oh
want to.
yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
we don't
want to
want to.
split
We
that
don't want
up.
to spoil
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, I try to be intentional with my titles
Hmm.
because I want the listener to like, oh,
Hmm.
like
Yeah,
No Man's Land. Like,
yeah,
what is that?
bro.
It's just
Imposter syndrome,
an imposter syndrome.
and I didn't learn about that last year or until last year. I actually had to look it up, and I was like, "Yo, I struggle with that. I feel
Yeah,
that. I know what that is."
exactly.
Um, yeah, walk me behind, like walk me through what uh, Samurai, right?
Samurai.
Like what?
So yeah.
That's my favorite song on the album, hands down. That's
So
my favorite song,
that's one of my that's probably like my favorite beats because it has such a sick bass line,
dude.
especially like
Sick bass line.
right
Yeah,
when Naladeus
just
comes in and the main
yeah.
melody fades out and he's
Uh huh.
just like going through the bass and the kick
Yeah,
and he just
it's
like
hard.
spazzing, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So Samurai, that's when you can say it's like, yo, like I had my Bruce Wayne season
Okay,
to where like,
okay.
bro, I face my villains,
Mhm,
you know what I mean?
mhm.
But my Dark Knight has never won.
Mm,
And I said
mm,
that in a song.
mm.
Like my Dark Knight has like at the end of the night, the Dark Knight rises.
Okay.
Batman as a superhero. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying this for you Illuminati, whatever conspiracy folks, bro. Like, nah, I'm
Take
not
note. Take note.
nah,
Don't
nah.
don't cancel it. Don't
Don't
shadow ban
cancel
him.
me, bro. But you see the whole point of that is like Batman rises above his villains.
Mhm.
So in the Dark Knight, in the midst
Mm,
of it being like a Dark
mm,
Knight. So that was the whole point of the song
mm,
is saying like God saying, yo, like,
mhm.
be humbled, keep doing the work that you do, and don't open your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep working hard.
Yeah.
So Samurai, it's about just facing the villains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, like getting up ahead and actually going for your dreams. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Right on.
So yeah,
Yeah. Another one, another thing I noticed about you is like you live this stuff very well in community with others. I know that obviously the album is vertical, right? Like
right.
a focusing on like a relationship with God, but something I noticed that you do very well is you live in community. Um,
I try.
like bro, we have dinner together. Like you come over and like, you know, my wife Beth is making meals, and
Shout
like
out to Beth.
we're just chilling or like,
Yeah.
you know, we'll go hang out and like celebrate your other boys album
Album release
release.
party. Shout out to ALuis.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Illish, that was great. So what influence did peers, friends, family play specifically in vertical?
Vertical. That was just part of the story.
Hmm.
You know, I think in terms of making the album, this process, it was me and Torino. A lot of it was me and
Mm.
the feature artists, of course.
Hmm.
I can't forget about
Yeah.
them. It was just me and them. I think where the community aspect played out was in terms of like, hey, what do you guys think of these? Like the project, how the project is coming along.
Hmm.
What do you think of the writing? What do you think of the production?
Yeah, lots of feedback.
Like
Yeah.
feedback, but
If people are like, are they with it or like that one fell flat, bro?
yeah, I think so far we got
Uh-huh.
we got we got good reception.
Hmm.
But if that were to be the case, that would be okay.
Hmm.
That will be, I'll be fine with it, and that's the part of
Ooh,
God humbling me.
that's a good point right there,
You know what
especially
I mean?
like knowing that your identity is not placed
Yeah,
on how good
that's
or
fine.
bad your
The
music
album can
is.
flop.
Right.
That's fine. Luckily, I don't think it's the case.
Hmm.
And I'm still an underground artist. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I'll see years from now the fruits of my labor.
Hmm.
But if
Yep.
somebody says, "Hey, like, I didn't like it," you know, I'm like, "All right, I understand.
Hmm.
It wasn't for you.
Hmm.
Check out the next one."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, because
Yeah.
you start putting hope in it, in the numbers, and how
Right.
many sales,
Right. 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 Right.
and how many people just like
Yeah.
it. Like,
Hmm.
bro, you gonna
Yeah.
be extremely like Lecrae said this line: "If you live by people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection."
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I've been there. I've
Yeah.
been there chasing the numbers, chasing validation, and it
Yeah.
sucks. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Take notes, y'all. ALuis, vertical. This
out
man
now.
lives it. He actually lives it.
I appreciate
You're
y'all
a good man,
listening.
bro.
Thank you for the interview, bro. You
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? Chop it up. Vertical out now on all platforms. Love y'all. If y'all want to support me, buy it on iTunes directly. Buy it on Bandcamp,
Yep.
or you can buy it on Even. You know what I mean? Because you know them streaming platforms, they be
Mhm.
tripping. So, hey, Lewis, shout out my man Q. Vertical out now. Peace.